What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna do an analysis of a new project, Nettensor Now. This is a new project that has been under my radar for a bit, and I've actually bought recently, full disclosure, when we got the very dip in this very moment caused by some FUD online, which we're gonna touch later on this video. But let's begin by saying what Nettensor is, and as you can tell by the name, Nettensor, BitTensor, Now, Tau, very funny, I know. This is a joke basically on the BitTensor ecosystem, and for good reason. This actually leverages the BitTensor ecosystem, offering a whole range of products. Let me actually begin by looking at the website. The infrastructure is NetGPU, NetTensor, NetCloud, and NetVPN. So Nettensor is probably the main product that the project is looking to build, and it connects the BitTensor API with the Polygon CDK to actually build its own chain. I know it's very complicated to understand, but just be aware that it just blends BitTensor and Polygon, and let's say that they had a baby and they created this new chain in which all these projects are gonna build. So the NetGPU is the GPU computing offering to run in the cloud all these AI apps. Then we have NetCloud, which offer all these virtual instances for personal and enterprise projects. Then NetVPN is the VPN project, and there's actually real utility with the Nettensor Now token because you're gonna be able to purchase the subscription using the Now tokens themselves. I'm not super familiar with how this VPN will be better than other VPN projects out there. So hopefully they're gonna bring more information about that because I wasn't able to actually get a selling point out of it. I think that as we stand right now, the GPU and the Nettensor chain are probably the main product offerings and selling point of this project. So the presence of social media is actually not that big, only 7,000 followers, which blows my mind a little bit, especially with the potential that this project has, but perhaps it could be for good reason. They're not using fake traffic and we might still be at a very early point. Going back to CoinMarketCap, let's analyze the tokenomics a little bit. The market cap as of right now is 26 million, and it looks to me, just by looking at this graph, that it actually is a good accumulation zone. We were running all the way up, and then we had a flash crash correction right here caused by some YouTuber that claimed that I don't want to give attention to, but anyway, he claimed that the certification of the smart contract was fake, but that was proven to be fake news. There's plenty of resources on X that you can find. I'm not gonna waste my time on this. Certificate contract is actually legit. It's just one of these auto-generated ones, so it's not like the best certification that you can get, but it's still under certic and it still got its score. So I don't want to waste my time on this. Where can you buy it? You can buy it on Uniswap and XT.com. XT.com is a crappy centralized exchange, which I don't mind using if I'm just getting in and trading and getting out. But the fact is that there's a lot of arbitrage based on the time of the day in which you're buying it. If you can see right now, we almost have a 20% discrepancy. So because of that, I would rather buy on Uniswap. However, you also need to consider another thing, that there's going to be a price impact based on the amount of money that you're putting into that. And also the token, unfortunately, I know it has taxes. This project doesn't get a 10 out of 10 score by myself because it has buy and sell taxes. So if you go on DEX tools, always something that, you know, as part of your due diligence, as part of the research that you should do yourself with project, because of course there is no financial advice, I don't need to repeat to you. This project has a buy tax and a sell tax of 5% each, meaning that every time that you buy and sell the crypto, 5% is going to go to the team. That is not good news, and also the team is not doxed. So this really falls in, I don't want to say degen play, but I would say very high risk category. I wouldn't put a big chunk of my portfolio into this. I bought it myself, but I didn't put a big amount of my portfolio into this because it's an amount that I'm okay losing. It's a bit of a gamble, just a more educated gamble than buying an autistic penguin. So it still can give me meme-like returns, but in my opinion, at a lower risk, because at least I can control the factor that, you know, of all the research that I put into this, I can control it. The memes, it's all hype and speculation on the price. One of the things that you can say is that, yes, we're very early, and if this gets to other centralized exchanges like Maxi and you avoid buy and sell taxes and there's actually less arbitrage, you're probably going to get a lot of money because of the new exchange listings. Are they going to get there? We can't know for now. The social media presence as well, I mean, it's definitely there. They are announcing some partnership, they're running AMAs, so there's actually a lot of stuff that is cooking in here. And I want to bring up a couple of posts. If you can see right here, this was actually very informative to understand more about the utility. So Nettensor brings the power of AI infrastructure to the blockchain. There's actually comparison about all the tools that they offer. With Nettensor, you're not just building, you're crafting the future. Wow, that's interesting. Food for thought. You can see this comparison with Render, Opsec, Akash, GPU, all other very reputable projects in the space. Now seems to be the only one that actually checks all the boxes, and specifically renting on VPS and RDP, VPN, and a bunch of other stuff, like also revenue sharing, very important, and using the Tensor API, and also rendering of GPUs. So a lot of different things, and actually makes me quite bullish on the project. Another big thing, of course, I'm recording this video 2-3 days before you're seeing this because I'm going to be traveling for a bit, but that's a story for another video. But they're going to attend the Nvidia GTC conference that it's running these days that you're seeing this video. So very exciting things. They're actually speaking at the event. I couldn't find a lot of information, but I assume that they're not bullshitting us because Nettensor is actually part of the Nvidia Inception program, and you can see on the list that it's part of the Nvidia Inception program. So it's not rocket science to me that they were attending this conference anyway. And another supporter, Google Cloud for Startups, the backing of this project actually exists. So I'm not too concerned about the fact that this is not doxed. And again, I'm taking a gamble. This is not something that I would put my life savings on anyway, and it's not something that will replace a layer one for my safety net portfolio. It's just a very tiny high risk play to potentially get a lot of rewards. The market cap though is not super tiny, 26 million, but for the kind of market that this has, I mean, think about how big Tensor got. If this actually picks up as one of the top products and projects built on the Tensor ecosystem, I think that this can go to hundreds and hundreds of millions in market cap and perhaps even billions. Also, a thing that I found interesting is that the team doesn't have any sort of allocation, but of course the 5%, they say it's marketing and current development. It might be actually money that goes to the team. We can't really know that, but I find it interesting that at least they're saying that the team directly doesn't take any. What they're gonna do with the marketing, with this buy and sell taxes, we can't really know. So we're gonna have to give them the benefit of the doubt, at least for now. There's different phases on the white paper for the development of the project. However, I'm not really sure what kind of phase we're in. I assume that we are in phase 1 because we haven't seen a few things that are in phase 2, which definitely at least makes you think that we're very early and there's going to be a lot of things in the development. And a lot of products that you can see here on the white paper, staking, GPU renting, the net VPN itself, all these things are yet to be announced. So you can definitely say that you're taking a risk with this project, but you might be extremely early and look back at the past and be like, wow, I was actually able to buy this at these prices, because you want to buy before all these things are out if you're actually looking to get multiple 100x's even from a project like this. Where you can store it, you can store it on Tangent. This is not directly supported, but of course it's a token that sits on the Ethereum chain, so you can just add it as a custom token and you're able to store it on Tangent. With my link is actually extremely cheap. You can get the 2-card set for $49, and I wouldn't recommend this if that was not the case, that I'm actually using this for 99% of my crypto. Know your keys, know your crypto. That's what everybody says, but for good reason. So put your crypto to cold storage. And to end this video, where do I see a price prediction? I'm not gonna make a price prediction. Honestly, I haven't seen any other Tensor projects in the long term because Tensor is a relatively new project, but I'm gonna say that out of all the suite of projects that are built on Tensor right now, this is probably the most interesting one and the most ambitious one. And the fact that the price crashed a little bit because of all the FUD that were circulating, I honestly took advantage of it and I got a very hefty discount on the pricing. And that's how I do, because I'm not an emotional investor and I always take advantage of FUD when I can do so to actually buy very much in the red. So I'm going to be able to sell very much in the green in the future when it comes to time of selling. I hope that you took some value out of this video. And of course, the best place to connect with me is my private group. You're going to be able to find all these gems before I even mention them remotely to the YouTube channel, so that you can get get multiple 100x's and actually create generational wealth. You might have a once in a lifetime opportunity to create this wealth during this bull run that is going to be unprecedented, like nothing else that we've ever seen before. Here's all the benefits that you're going to get with getting access to my community. So check it out, and I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey very, very soon. Until then, take care for now.